Number 6. American Woodcock. Sure, that long pointy beak makes it look like it might be a more common looking type of hummingbird, but that would only be true if that hummingbird were always moving in slow motion. This bird takes the top spot for the slowest bird ever. Contrary to a lot of birds, the woodcock spends a lot of its time on the ground, and that's why it has that brownish gray color. It offers amazing camouflage. Despite the bird being popular hunting game, the birds are highly abundant in America, where it lives. The bird isn't most well known for its slow speed, but rather its unique mating rituals. They sing and fly around, and this practice is used as an indicator of spring arriving in some northern parts of the United States. They can travel up to 50 to 100 yards in the air when they're doing their mating display, and with a speed of 8 kilometers per minute. The show at most can last for an hour at a time. Number 5. Mata Mata. This turtle isn't sick, we swear. It's supposed to look like that. Although all turtles are pretty slow, the Mata Mata excels in not only being slow, but also being lazy. The only thing that these animals move for is to eat, and even then, they only suck up their prey because the Mata Mata looks like leaves at the bottom of a river, and that's where they stay. When a fish wanders across, it sucks them up. It's the Kirby of the riverbed, if Kirby was horrific looking and never moved. You can buy Mata Matas if you're into exotic pets, but you shouldn't expect much from what is essentially a living paperweight. It can be fast, it just doesn't want to, which is the excuse every lazy person ever gives to people. Number 4. Three-toed sloth. If you don't love sloths, then you have problems. They've become synonymous with low speed. They're weirdly adorable, and they bring Kirsten Bell to tears, which is something that gives it even more cuteness for some unknown reason. Some people even believe that sloths were named that way because of their extreme slowness. The sloth is so slow that they even have a special algae that grows on them. Think about that. A type of algae saw this animal and said, "That's a stationary object, right? Let's grow there." Did you know that sloths are so slow that copulation between sloths is around 25 minutes? But that might just be because they're better at it than we think. The fastest that sloths can move around is 3 centimeters per second, and two-toed sloths do run faster than the three-toed. Number 3. Starfish. This one is another marine animal who skipped the evolutionary lesson on what shapes make you swim fast. Sure, it's not technically even a fish. It belongs to the phylum Echinodermata, which means that it has more in common with sea urchins and coral than it does with fish. There are about 2,000 species of the marine invertebrate that come in varying different speeds, but their average speed is around 0.89 to 2.7 centimeters per second. The starfish doesn't even really swim. It just mainly floats along in the ocean and lets the current take it, which makes this another animal on the list that isn't exactly proactive. The slowest starfish is around 0.25 centimeters per second, and the fastest comes in at around 4.7 meters per second, so it's not all bad. Number 2. Land snail. This entry should come as no surprise to anyone. Although some people have never seen snails thanks to whatever climate they live in. If you don't know though, they're very, very slow. It turns out that essentially being a lump of gelatinous goo doesn't do much regarding speed. The only way that they're even able to move is a powerful muscle towards the back of their body that allows them to crawl over rough surfaces. The muscle also helps them keep their bodies wet so they don't dry out. These muscles can only work so well though, which makes this animal top speed 1.3 centimeters per second. We still love you, snails. Number 1. Seahorse. Everyone knows what a seahorse is, or should. It's obvious how the little fish got its name. The head looks like it belongs to a horse. The anatomy of the fish also features a thick armor and an upright posture. Mostly because of its upright position, the seahorse isn't the fastest fish in the sea. It's not the most aerodynamically adapted shape. The seahorse is an unusual animal. One of the most well-known weird facts that exist about this marine animal is that the males of the species are the ones that give birth. The average speed of these quirky animals is 0.04 centimeters per second.